Hey, so it's been a really long time. I have actually been reading quite a bit for me, especially since it's still a school year, but I just haven't had a chance to do a video. And actually, I really shouldn't be doing a video right now. I should be grading. But I kind of wanted to put these books away, and I have them in a stack when I want to talk about them, and I just really want to put the books away, so that's why I'm doing a video. So this is my April wrap-up on May 3rd. Not so bad. This is a different angle in my apartment, and there'll be no dog to get in the way. So that'll be nice. Anyway, so I read 7 books in April. 7, yes. And I just wanted, I think some of them I've talked about. Some of them I have not. I already talked about it. I read Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. I want to read the second one, but at my local Barnes & Noble, the second one is in hardcover. And I just haven't had a chance to order it. And I'm out of gift cards, so we'll just be waiting on that. But I really enjoyed this. I think I gave it 4 stars because it was enjoyable and certainly a series I want to continue. I read Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. I'm really not positive about that, and this was actually probably the biggest disappointment. I gave it 2 stars. It's a cool concept. I just really didn't like the character of Selena. I found that she was an assassin but didn't really feel like an assassin and was very shallow, and like I said, the world was kind of cool, and I really liked Keul. I believe is how the guy's name is pronounced, but other than that, I just don't really like it. Sorry. I also read, you can't tell what this is. This is As You Like It. This is the script that we used for the play at my school that I teach at and I assistant directed. So it is the entire play in very small font, double columned and stuff like that. And there's a lot of stuff on it because I have all the stage directions and blocking on here. But I read it, and it was the first time I'd read it all the way through. I'd seen it before when I was in London at Regent's Park. And so I read it, and I didn't even think about it until later that I should include it. I enjoy As You Like It. It is, I think, out of the women dressing as men plays that he did, I like 12th Night better. I think it's a stronger story. The characters in this have very weak motivations, or at least not obvious motivations. And remember, I approached this as a sort of in the theater realm, not so much the literature realm, but I don't know. It was good. I mean, it's not my favorite Shakespeare, but hey. I also read Dr. No, James Bond, really enjoyed it. It's pretty typical. It's very, very similar to the film, so it was a little hard for me to get through because I was just constantly like, okay, is there something new and different? I just like the Bond books. This is my 6th one, so hopefully I'll continue reading them. On my Kindle, I think I must have gotten this for really, really cheap, like free or, 99 cents. I read Kill Me Softly by Sarah Cross. I gave it 3 stars. I'm still kind of debating on what I think about it. There were things about it that were incredibly illogical and almost plot hole-esque, but at the same time I kept reading it because I really wanted to see how this reworking of fairy tale stuff worked. So it was a really odd book. Like, I don't know if I would recommend it to anyone, but at the same time I wasn't like totally hating it, but it was just... Yeah, I'm really conflicted about it. I have no desire to continue the series. I didn't love any of the characters, but the concept was very cool. That's probably it. The concept was really cool. Characters, meh. I also read And We Stay by Jenny Hubbard. This one was another one where I don't have a really good explanation for how I feel about it. It was this girl's boyfriend kills himself, but 2 days after they break up, possibly on her birthday, or she broke up with him on her birthday, in the school library, and then she gets sent off to this girls' school, which is where Emily Dickinson went, and it's in the town where Emily Dickinson stayed. And our main character, Emily Beam, really relates to Emily Dickinson. So there's a lot of Emily Dickinson poetry in here, as well as Emily's own poetry and stuff like that. But it's pretty heavy stuff. The style of it was a little strange to me. It took me a long time to get in. I couldn't decide if I liked it or not. But it was kind of odd. Certainly well worth reading. I'm not a huge fan of Emily Dickinson's poem, which I realize probably makes me a terrible person. I appreciate her. Her poetry is not my thing. But it was interesting. So I think I gave it 3 stars because I would probably recommend it to someone who really liked Emily Dickinson or wanted to read sort of angst, sorrow, grief-dealing stuff. I don't know. I have an actual copy of the book, but I lent it to a student of mine and she has it right now. Rebel Belle by Rachel Hawkins, who also wrote Hex Hall, which I read years ago and never continued the series. I borrowed it from the library. I remember really liking it, and I really enjoyed this. I saw someone's YouTube thing of it and thought, this sounds pretty interesting. It's set in Alabama. She's definitely debutante-esque, class president stuff, and then within like 2 chapters there's this whole like weird thing going on, and it's kind of paranormal. It's just really snappy, and the banter's fun. I liked it, kind of like how I like Alice in Zombieland. Just the characters are fun to listen to, or to read, I guess. And yeah, it was fun. It was really good. I'll probably continue the series. The next book is called Miss Mayhem. I think it's still in hardcover, so it probably won't. But yeah. So those are the books that I read for the month of April. At the moment, I am reading Spinster by Kate Bollock. I saw this on a Book Riot video of things that were coming out in April, May, whatever this month is. No, it was April. Things that came out in April that they really, really liked. Spinster, making a life of one's own. Just sort of, it's historical. It's about 3 sort of historical women that Miss Bollock found interesting and learned from. Edna St. Vincent Millay is one of them, which is probably the main reason I picked it up, because I really like Edna St. Vincent Millay. And also just about redefining sort of a single woman today, and it's interesting. So far, I've really enjoyed it. I'm reading it very, very slowly because I've been marking it, underlining things I like, looking up words I don't know. There's a lot of words in here I don't know for me, so it's definitely a higher reading level, I guess, than I normally attempt. But it's really, really good. I'm enjoying it. I don't know. I'm hoping to finish it this month. I'm not quite half done, but it's been busy. So I'm reading that. And I am also currently reading Lord of the Flies by William Golding. This is going to be my summer reading for my honors kids, and I've always wanted to read it. I actually have 2 copies of it because I've always wanted to read it, and this happened to be the copy that they ordered for my students. It's also taking me a long time to get through because I'm marking everything. I'm marking any words that seem like vocabulary words for students, or symbolism, foreshadowing, stuff like that. So I'm annotating it, kind of, I guess. Anyway, so it's taking me a while. It's good, though. I mean, it's interesting. It's very British. And you can already kind of tell that how things are going to go bad. There's just like an underlying sense of just darkness for the whole thing. So, but, good times. So those are the 2 I'm reading. I hope to get through that and a couple other books as sort of my nonfiction plus some YA and things like that. We have 3 weeks of school left. I have so much grading to get done, and that's what I have to do when I'm done with this. Yeah, grading. We just finished doing As You Like It last night, which is the final play of the year, and the kids did a really good job. And it's always fun to do Shakespeare, even when, a lot of people won't get it. So that's all for me. I really wish I had something clever to say, but I'm feeling very unclever at the moment.